Good evening. The time now is 11 p.m. Our top stories. The search for the sole missing person in Muka sunken boat incident continues. MARUDI bridge project to be completed by 2024, and a street in South Korea named after Kuching South City Council. Those are the headlines for tonight. Hello, now you're now with me, Douglas Ellington. This is TVS Nightline. We begin with our top story. Search for the sole missing person continues after a boat that was reported to have sunk on September 21st, about 34 nautical miles northwest of Muka. The agency received the information about the incident at around 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday. And as of reporting time, 10 victims have been found, with 2 of the 10 dead.
Buat masa sekarang ni, operasi SAR masih diteruskan lagi. Semua SRU dan tim penyelamat yang membantu, kita masih mencari satu kali mangsa yang masih hilang lagi lah, lelaki. Manakala yang 10 lagi, 8 telah pun selamat sampai ke darat, berjaya diselamat ditemui, dan 2 lagi telah disahkan meninggal dunia lah. Kita masih lagi mencari. Kita masih ada kat laut sekarang ni, dan mungkin kita akan tangguhkan pada jam 5 ataupun pukul 6 petang ni lah, dan akan diteruskan semula pada esok pagi dalam pukul 7 dan pukul 8.
The report further stated that the 2 male victims were found adrift at around 5:30 p.m. that evening. Further investigation from the survivors found that the boat SF2-237 consisted of 11 people on board, including a skipper, 2 crews, and 8 fishermen, with the boat leaving Penakub Jetty on September the 19th. Bintulu Maritime Zone Director Captain Muhammad Khairul Anwar Saad said so far only 2 victims have been found safe, with one of them wearing a life jacket while the other was clinging to a fish tank. So far, the SAR operation is still ongoing in search of the other 9 victims. Prior to the incident, the boat was heading to Kuching Port from Bintulu Port. Muhammad Khairul said MRSC had alerted other agencies and asked for assets assistance from the Marine Police, Sarawak Fisheries Department, Malaysia Civil Defence Force, Fire and Rescue Department, and Sarawak Shell. 2 vessels and an aircraft from MMEA, a boat and an aircraft from Marine Police, and a JPLS boat are involved in the operation, while Sarawak Shell has provided platforms to assist in asset deployment.
Meanwhile, a 62-year-old fisherman who was stranded at sea near Kampung Moyan Laut, Asajaya, was rescued by a group of villagers at around 12:45 a.m. today. It was reported that the man was stranded after his fishing boat engine suddenly stalled while at sea around 3 p.m. on Wednesday.
Fire and Rescue Department in a statement said the victim went out to the sea at 5 a.m. The department was notified of the incident at 11:40 p.m. last night, and a team was immediately dispatched to Kampung Moyan Laut. However, upon arrival, the victim had already been found by the villagers, and the operation was wrapped up at 1:02 a.m.
Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg said the state government has appointed a new contractor to take over the SICK project involving MARUDI Bridge, with calls for the completion of the bridge by the end of 2024. The result in the termination of the contractor was due to the failure to deliver the project, costing 75 million ringgit. Adding further, the Premier said thus far, the bridge is nearing 16% completion.
Akhirnya kita terminate kontraktor yang lama dan kita menerusi prosedur yang ada. Kita pilih lagi kontraktor yang baru yang ada pengalaman mengolah jambatan. Dan kontraktor itu pernah mengolah jambatan di Long Lama, Jambatan Datuk Seri Adenan. Tadi saya ibadah 32 bulan JKR dapat siap jambatan tu. Toke jambatan boleh buat 40 bulan pun boleh akan siap. Tapi saya ada yang pun equipment semua dah ada situ. dan juga yang pada Jaya Division dah difollow. Jadi alhamdulillah saya nampak kerja itu akan berjalan. Mudah-mudahan 20 hujung 24 jambatan untuk siap.
He pointed out that once the bridge is completed, it will become the catalyst for economic development, particularly for Marudi and Baram, and people can easily travel from Miri to the district.
Apabila dia siap, dia akan membuka ke kawasan Baram. Dan ini akan mengangkatkan kegiatan ekonomi di kawasan Baram, no longer a remote area. And we have to be very bold, berani untuk membangunkan kawasan-kawasan yang pendalaman ini. Dan memang dari sudut kosnya agak tinggi, dan kita boleh laksanakan berperingkat-peringkat.
On another project, Abang Johari said the construction of the Marudi riverbanks will undoubtedly change Marudi's landscape when the upgrading works are fully ready.
The whole waterfront jadinya pun infrastruktur gazebo-nya baru mengangkatkan waterfront Marudi. Waterfront kita akan dekat 900 meter. 900 meter. Lebar 1.5 kilometer. Jadi mana kita dengan lebar boleh tahanlah waterfront kita. Jadi ini akan mengubahkan landscape Marudi dengan jalan raya dan ekonominya akan bertambah kerana tanah kita boleh jadi kawasan pertanian. Satu sektor yang akan memberi pulangan kepada rakyat di Baram.
The Marudi Riverbank construction project worth 23 million ringgit was taken over by the Sarawak government after the federal government decided not to proceed with it in 2018. A street in Guro City, South Korea has been renamed after Kuching South City Council. Commemorating 10 years of friendship between Guro City and Kuching South City Council MBKS, the street is now known as Kuching South Road. Present to witness the unveiling ceremony on Thursday were Deputy Premier Dato Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hyun and MBKS Mayor Dato Wee Hong Sang. Dr. Sim said the naming strives to strengthen the partnership between Guro City and Kuching South as friendship cities. According to Wee, Guro City and MBKS became a friendship city in 2012. And following the effort, Guro City agreed to name a road after Kuching South to mark the 10th anniversary of friendship cities. He said for the past 10 years, MBKS and Guro City have not only built social, cultural, and economic links, but the friendship also contributed direct benefits locally, regionally, and nationally through trade and tourism. Former gold mining town Bau is well on its way to be on par with Kuching, Miri, and other big cities in Sarawak in terms of tourism. State Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah said, a new initiative and the gold town is ready to welcome the world to its doors. Ahmad Azlan Shah with the report.
The Miss Tourism International World Final 2022 to 2023 to be held in Bau is set to be one of the attractions in luring tourists, both domestic and international, to the Gold Town and hope to have a ripple effect in which they would stay to further enjoy what Sarawak has to offer. Minister of Tourism, Creative Industry and Performing Arts, Dato Sri Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, lauded the move to showcase Bau, very own attraction in promoting Sarawak in the eyes of the world.
When this little town of Bau is being brought in, that is a big honor. We are so blessed to have these personalities here because you can see the difference, how it was before this and how it was before. Things seem to be moving so fast.
This will also boost the economic growth for the locals as the lineup events itself allow traders the opportunity to earn more. Karim also took the time to visit the Tasik Biru Food Village, and also the newly built Bau Bicentennial Bridge. He added with more events such as the Miss Tourism International Competition and interesting sites as the bridge will be one of the reasons that people will come to Bau. Ahmad Azlan Shah with videographer Farid Zaire, Bau, TVS.
Potholes are an unnecessary added stress, but such were the issues faced by the daily commuters along the Kuching-Bau road due to the construction of the Pan-Borneo Highway. Expressing their concern of no action taken to address the matter and venting their frustration via social media, the matter has reached the attention of the Deputy Minister of Transportation, Dr. Harry Chinap.
Yang viral di media sosial mengenai simpang-simpang yang masuk kampung, yang mana kampung Jalan Simpang Apal Segong dan Simpang Singai Matang, Simpang Senibung. Simpang-simpang ini mempunyai pengguna kekelapannya tinggi dan penduduk yang ramai. So kita mohon dengan pihak kontraktor, dengan kontraktor Pan Borneo, konsultan dia ada sini, JKL pun ada sini. Mereka bekerjasama dengan kita. Mereka akan membuat penerapan sementara pembangunan jalan yang kekal akan dibina. Dia akan menurap itu. Itu supaya tidak jadi masalah air bertakung, lubang, pothole dan sebagainya.
Henry requested the public to understand the struggles faced by the contractors tasked to complete such part of the mega project, indicating that some issues tend to be overlooked unintentionally.
The JKL and also what we call the consultants for Pan Borneo, they are very helpful, so we will work together. They are actually, now with good weather, they are rushing for the job to complete. That's why certain things they overlook. Saya tidak marah dia lah. I think we need to work together. That is important. We work together, selesaikan masalah bersama. Itu yang penting.
When asked regarding the allocation to patch up the potholes along the road, Henry responded that the paving process and patching up works doesn't cost much.
No, temporary tidak banyak lah. The temporary macam ini dia ada peruntukan untuk buat temporary. Ya. Tapi all this while dia cakap hujan, jadi dia tak boleh menulap. Itulah. Okay. So I think give them time. I think hopefully besok ataupun petang ni dia start menulap dan ke besok hari kita boleh pakai dengan elok lah.
Still to come, Sarawak snags 4 more goals at Sukma, and get this, cyborg cockroaches could be the future's first responders. All this and more on TVS Nightline. We'll be back. Welcome back. The Sarawak contingent added 4 more goals at the 20th Malaysia Games Sukma today, as the team bagged 1 goal in the men's diving event, 1 in aquatics event and 2 in archery. At the final day of diving event at the Bukit Jalil Aquatic Centre, Bertrand Roddick Leases and Elvis Priestley Clement bagged gold and silver in the men's platform category. Fresh off the heels from winning her first gold yesterday, Kelly Teo Yao once again proved her prowess when she won the gold medal in the women's 400-meter freestyle this evening. Meanwhile, in archery, Joey Tan Zing Lei and Cecile Nathaniel Busu Polycap snagged the gold in the Olympic recurve mixed team final. While Supang Yahya, Joey Tan Zing Lei and Zakira Muhammad Feroz bagged gold in Olympic recurve women team event. The archery team also won a silver and a bronze through Tan and Supang respectively in the Olympic recurve women individual event. The Young Dipertuan Agong Al Sultan Abdullah Riyadhuddin Al Mustafa Billah Shah has expressed Malaysia's commitment to enhancing relations with Brunei in the fields of economy and trade, education and defense, as well as economic cooperation encompassing Sabah and Sarawak. His Majesty expressed the commitment during a meeting with the Sultan of Brunei, Sultan Hassanah Bolkiah, at the Brunei Palace in London on Wednesday.
The Comptroller of the Royal Household for Istana Negara, Datuk Seri Ahmad Fadil Shamsuddin, said the two monarchs touched on the close bilateral relationship that has been in existence for a long time and the efforts to strengthen the ties. Adding further, he said Al Sultan Abdullah was of the opinion that the Malaysia-Brunei Annual Leaders Consultation is an important foundation for realizing efforts to strengthen bilateral relations. Meanwhile, the King also stated that Malaysia welcomed the Brunei's government's decision to fully reopen its borders on August 1st, thus better facilitating the movement of people of both countries, especially in Sarawak and Sabah, in addition to boosting economic activities along the common borders of the two countries.
The Ministry of Health, MOH, has submitted an application for 6 new initiatives totaling 3.4 billion ringgit to the Ministry of Finance to be included in the budget 2023, which will be tabled on October 7th. Its Minister, Khairy Jamaluddin, said the application was presented through an engagement session with Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz on August 30th.
The 6 new initiatives proposed are the strengthening of the healthcare and wellness program with an estimated budget of 738 million ringgit, improvement and repair of the ministry's health facilities, and improving the effectiveness of healthcare treatment. It also includes the replacement of critical and obsolete medical assets, digitalization, healthcare services, and appreciation incentives for medical personnel. Khairy said the application to improve and repair MOH healthcare facilities was met because there are 2,732 government clinics in neglected condition but still operating to provide healthcare services to the public. Hence, a special budget from the MOF has been requested to be approved in Budget 2023. In another development, Khairy said the MOH was extremely grateful to Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob and Tengku Zafrul, as well as Malaysians as a whole, who support the proposal for the ministry's allocation to be increased to 5% of the gross domestic product compared to the current 2.10% of the GDP. Adding to that, he said the MOH application was rational as would help provide services to always keep Malaysians healthy and give the best treatment to those who are sick.
Famousnya nombor 2, tapi dirimpu adalah nombor 1. Even se-famous ni, tapi andang lupa diri. Mak tu dia hari, lebih hari mereka dia tahu terjadi barang les, nyak semua tari support dia ke Baluadin, dan kalau doa-doa hari, family Ramles. Hey, kumang, ruang asuh aku nyau tergepang. Tapi niatku sebenarnya aku just bring something new lah ke our industry. Kita boleh terbaik jauh ke lah hari ini. Hai, aku nama Suwata. Anda ingat mendak aku program pemerintah Borneo buat TVS saluran 122 Astro no My Free. Pandai dari hati kami ke bujang terubah.
You're watching TVS Nightline. Now the death toll from malaria and other diseases tearing through Pakistan's flood-ravaged regions has reached 324. In some regions of Sindh province, one of the worst hit areas in southern Pakistan, malaria was spreading quickly among flood refugees who lived around stagnant waters. Doctors at medical facilities in the city said they have seen an overwhelming number of flood refugees suffering from malaria and gastro ailments.
की वजह से जो है वो ऐसे समझें कि 20% जो है वो पेशेंट में 20 to 30% पेशेंट जो है ना वो बढ़ गए हैं हमारे पास। और अभी जैसे फ्लड की वजह से जो है वो पानी वो ओपन वही पी रहे हैं, फ्लड वाला पी रहे हैं, तो उसी वजह से गैस्ट्रोएंटेराइटिस केसेस बहुत बढ़ गए हैं और मलेरिया भी बहुत जो है वो बढ़ गई है। जैसे अभी रूटीन में मलेरिया बर्डन इतना नहीं था, लेकिन बहुत अभी जो है वो ऐसे जैसे 10 बच्चे जो हैं बुखार के साथ आ रहे हैं, तो तकरीबन 8-9 में उसमें जो है वो मलेरिया पॉजिटिव आ रही है। बढ़ेगी तो और केसेस जो है वो और उसमें इजाफा होगा, तो जो है वो मेरे ख्याल में हमें जो है वो बाहर जो है वो उसको स्क्रीन करने की भी ज़रूरत है। वहाँ ट्रीटमेंट अलग से जो है वो मलेरिया कॉर्नर्स बनाए जाएं, हॉस्पिटल से आउटसाइड भी बनाए जाएं, हर जो है वो छोटे जो है वो तहसील्स में भी बनाया जाएं, तो ताकि उससे हमें जो है ना वो एक स्क्रीनिंग बढ़े और हमें ट्रीटमेंट जो है वो पेशेंट को प्रॉपर दी जाए।
The Sindh provincial government said on Wednesday that makeshift health facilities and mobile camps in flooded areas had treated more than 78,000 patients in the last 24 hours and more than 2 million since July 1st. 6 of them has died. It confirmed 665 new malaria cases among internally displaced families over the same period, with another 9,201 suspected cases, adding that out of more than 19,000 patients screened in the last 24 hours across the province, quarter of them, 4,876, were positive. Authorities said the situation may get out of control if required aid does not arrive soon. Hundreds of thousands of people displaced by the floods are living in the open, and the stagnant floodwaters spread over hundreds of kilometers, which may take 2 to 6 months to recede, have led to widespread cases of skin and eye infections, diarrhea, malaria, typhoid, and dengue fever. More immediate help is needed for the displaced families exposed to swarms of mosquitoes and other hazards such as snake and dog bites. They are in dire need of food supplies, shelter, medical assistance, and medicines, which many complain have not been reaching them despite the efforts of the government and local and foreign relief organizations.
A team of Japanese researchers has developed a peculiar first responder in the form of cyborg Madagascar hissing cockroaches. Mounted with a solar battery backpack and controlled by remote controls, the cyborg cockroaches will be the first responders to locate survivors trapped in rubble if an earthquake occurs. Kenjiro Fukuda and his team at the Thin Film Device Laboratory at Japanese research giant Riken developed a flexible solar cell film 4 microns thick, thinner than the width of a human hair, that can fit on the insect's abdomen.
メインで考えている想定される使用場所は災害現場での人命探索です。特に地震などでビルが倒壊して瓦礫に人が埋もれている、そのような環境の時に狭い隙間の中に入り込めるようなものを実現する、こういったものが有望なアプリケーションであると考えて我々は研究を進めております。
The film allows the roach to move freely, while the solar cell generates enough power to process and send directional signals into sensory organs on the bug's hindquarters. The work builds upon previous insect control experiments at Nanyang Technological University in Singapore and could one day result in cyborg insects that can enter hazardous areas much more efficiently than robots. Fukuda and his team chose Madagascar hissing cockroaches for the experiments because they are big enough to carry the equipment and don't have wings that could get in the way. The research still has a long way to go, and in a recent demonstration, Riken researchers Yujiro Kake used a specialized computer and wireless Bluetooth signal to tell the cyborg roach to turn left, causing it to scramble in that general direction. The next challenge is miniaturizing the components so that the insects can move more easily and to allow for mounting of sensors and even cameras. Beyond disaster scene rescue bugs, Fukuda sees broad applications for the solar cell film. The film could be built into clothing or skin patches for use in monitoring of vital signs. Medical assistants provide physician support services that ensure that healthcare facilities run smoothly. They are also responsible for administrative as well as clinical tasks, such as maintaining patient records, preparing patients and rooms for examination, and assisting physicians with exams. On Sejahtera Asia tomorrow, tune in with host Alexan and Ghazali as they'll be speaking to medical assistant Marcos Entre on his experience working as a medical assistant in Sarawak's rural area. At 7:45 a.m. only on TVS Astro Channel 122 and My Free View. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news update, both locally and internationally, just a click away by heading onto our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. My name is Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.
Kejayaannya mencuri tumpuan ramai. Berkaki ayam, murid asal pedalaman Sarawak ini berjaya buktikan kemampuannya. Mengharumkan nama Sarawak, mengangkat martabat bangsanya. Apakah dorongan atlet bertubuh kecil ini?
TVS jam 8 malam.
Nantikan laporan khas juara tanpa kasut dalam Utama TVS 25 September hanya di saluran 122 Astro dan My TV.